Hi, I'm Nigel Howarth and welcome back to Shed Sessions 2021. And here we are. Can I just quickly as well introduce you to my son Kirk, who's going to be working with us on this session.
Hi.
Welcome, Kirk. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Good. And Kirk is a plant-based food chef, so we've got a bit of meat and plant-based coming together. So that should be interesting. And we haven't worked together for quite a while, so again, it's great to have you here. What are we doing first, Kurt? What's the first dish?
So we are making potato Rosti pizza.
Wow.
So it's a very yummy, delicious, and easy to do at home dish.
Okay, so let's run through the ingredients. I think I've got the easy bit, have I? I'm making the Rosti, and Kirk's doing the garnish. So if I talk through my little bits first, and then I'll pass over to Kirk. So we've got about 1 kilo of potatoes there. I've got some sunflower oil, and I've got a little bit of smoked butter. So I'm going to just get the Rosti to be a bit smoked. I can see some smoke coming up from there as well. So that's me. So I've just got the Rosti to put on. I've got my pan heating now, so that's on about number 5. So Kirk, you're making the...
Yeah, so I'm going to make the tomato sauce. So it's just a very classic tomato sauce. Caramelised red onions, garlic, some tinned tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes, loads of olive oil, nice bit of seasoning.
Right, I'm gonna get cracking. So I'm gonna start to grate up my my potatoes, and Kirk, you're gonna get the sauce on.
Yeah, so I'm just adding some olive oil into the pan. And the great thing about this dish is you can get this done in under half an hour. And it's a proper like Friday or Saturday night treat, I think. Especially if you're watching a movie or something. Perfect.
Potato cakes are just so good. I've grated potato now. I need to get the potato into a cloth and just get some of the excess juice out of there.
Okay, so I think the key is to all good sauces is to make sure you sweat those onions off nicely. So you want your onions, your garlic, your olive oil in, and really get them sweating down. You don't want any colour on those though. All we're doing is sweating them, so you want them nice and translucent and soft.
Well, there you go. You can see all that water coming out there, so you get, that you'd have a soggy Rosti if you didn't get that. Well, it's pretty obvious. I'm sure you all know that at home anyway. There we go. I'll pop that into there.
A bit of finely chopped red chilli. It's got a bit of spice, this pizza. Because me and Dad both like spice, I think.
We do. Okay.
So, a little bit of pepper.
Right, you can see how lovely and dry that is now. And I've just washed my hands, and I've just got my hands full of potato again now. So I'm going to put some oil in there. And then just literally
and the key with the Rosti, isn't it, Dad? That squeezing that juice out of there. That's really important, isn't it?
Absolutely. And we were talking yesterday before we have a brief before we start, and we were talking yesterday about should we put because there's burner Rostis, there's all sorts, and we decided just to do because it's a pizza, we're going to put so much stuff on the top, so we decided not to put lots of things inside it. So from a point of view, we're just going to season it. We're not going to put any herbs in because the herbs are going to go on top. So I've seasoned it there. I'm going to put a little bit more in now. And I do quite like it with cheese inside when it's sort of, if you're serving it with eggs. But again,
and on the top here, we're doing some some beans with a bit of spring onion, some chilli and some lime juice, and a little bit of salt. And I think when you eat a vegetarian or a vegan diet, it's really important to making sure you get protein, and beans are a great source of protein, so that's why we're adding them on there.
That's looking good. And then get some of the butter and just put the butter around the sides. I'm just, gosh, that. Just trying to avoid, because you've got to actually toss the actual roasting out. So I just wanted to do that because I was a little bit worried. I was getting worried, Kirk, that I was burning it. I've got to be honest, because it wasn't hot enough, and then I just thought, oh gosh, I can smell something. And can you just see, just catching a little bit, so, to be careful, because I'm going to have to toss. This is the thing you've got to practice. You're going to have to toss it about, 3 or 4 times before your roast is absolutely bang on. Okay, so, again.
It takes a lot of oil, yeah.
Yeah, because it does soak up the oil. But it's all good,
So I'm adding
goodness.
I'm adding 1 tin of tomatoes to the onions, the garlic and the chilli. And then we're going to cook that down. I always do, because you can't get that remaining tomatoes out. Just add a little bit of water and swill it, and then put it into your sauce.
Okay, so we've added the oil, and that stops the butter burning. So basically the butter's for flavour, and the oil is the cooking medium that you're cooking the roasty in. Obviously the butter as well, but the butter's giving it that flavour. And if you just put butter in here, it will burn.
I talked to you earlier.
I'm going to pop this into the oven for 10 minutes, and we'll watch Kurt making his bits of stuff. So I'm going to add a little.
So for those people as well that aren't confident enough,
Yes,
to do
I'll
it
show
like
them. Right, yeah. Good point. Good point.
Even I'm not confident enough to do that.
If you're James the camera, you won't be flipping your roasty, will you? That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Is there an alternative way of doing it?
Yeah, and I'll show you that. Once we bring the roasty out, I'll show you how you can do that. I'll set that for 10 minutes. Okay. Oops. Is there anything I can do for you, Kurt?
No, so I've just added the cherry tomatoes, and I don't cut them up. One, because I want to keep them whole, and then when they just burst, I just want those cherry tomatoes just to burst, and then we have those little pops of flavour when you're eating your Rosti. It just adds a little bit of difference to your tomato sauce, and it's easier.
I'm just going to check Kirk's tomatoey sauce, see if it's hot enough. Whoa, gosh, that's hot. Let's go to keep. I've got it. Roasty's been in now for 10 minutes. So
just thought we needed a bit of something to kick all that butter you've got in there, Dad.
yeah, to cut through the smoky butter. And just get that. And we said we'd show you, didn't we, how to turn. So if you want to turn the roasty over without, actually, I don't know whether that's harder work than doing it the other way, but there you go. So you can just turn it like that. Gosh,
it's looking good, that, Dad.
Woo, I can get that smokiness as well. There. Over to you. Right, I'm going to get the Padrons on while you get that through the oven.
As we know, the key to a cracking pizza is a good tomato sauce and a brilliant base, isn't it? So that's all we've done here.
It is.
Okay, then all we're going to do is pop that under the grill. So you can see tomato sauce, beans and cheese is on. Under the grill, get that nice and melty. I mean, you really, take your time, melt it properly. You want a really good, oozy, melty cheese coming off there.
We can have a look at which beer we're going to use. I hope I'm picking the right one out. But we've got a multi-beer metric from a Manchester brewery, Marble Beers, and then we've got a Weiss beer from Ostdeutschland. I don't think I've poured that very well, have I? Okay. It's
Okay, so then all we're going to do is.
I'm glad you're going to do that.
Oh, nice.
That is great, isn't it? Do you want a bit of pepper?
Yeah. Oh,
Right. Can I have a fork? Let's have a little try. That looks so good, doesn't it? Mm. You know, I'm not just saying that. That is absolutely amazing. Whoever sees that Rosti, tell you.
the smokiness is great, I'm like.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And it's good. You can just pick up a little Padron.
Yeah. Right. Shall we try the rice beer first? You know, when you jokingly said we should open that shop.
There's a business in that.
Yeah. It sort of warms around it, doesn't it? More
Just more. It's a bit more gentle.
The rice beer. It is. It is. But that's. I think that still works.
Still very
anyway,
interesting.
So there you go. The winner is the Vice beer, but the Marble Brewery in Manchester. It's very good. And thank you for watching. And thank you, Kirk, for bringing the Rosti pizza. That's another Shed Sessions. Thank you. Hi, I'm Nigel Howard. If you like what you've just seen, then subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on social media. Enjoy!